Why a girlfriend who left you always comes back. If you truly loved her, let's start with the fact that when a girlfriend decides to break up, it's like a software failure in our brain. We believe what she says and carry this moment into our whole life. You feel like this is truly the end and you'll never see her again. Right now, she's in the role of a goddess for you, but understand, she's just a person. She can make mistakes and then regret her actions. Breakups happen precisely because we have put the girl and the relationship on too high a pedestal. A girlfriend's subconscious. A girlfriend looks for a relationship model where she herself does the loving, not just where she's merely loved by someone else. More precisely, if she is loved while she also loves, that's fine by her. But if she's loved too much and does not love in return, that won't satisfy her. But let's break down what love means in a girl's mind. Right away, I'll say it has little in common with true love. What she needs is that burning sense of emotional dependency, which she may have felt before. She remembers those emotions from past relationships and now mistakes that for love. This will never happen if you genuinely care about her, because you won't make her feel emotionally dependent. She knows full well that you need her, but she badly wants that feeling of emotional attachment, and you can't give it to her. So she leaves, at times, saying things you can't believe, considering she once loved you. Subjective and objective value. When a breakup happens, the girlfriend is not evaluating what kind of person you are. The fact that you're kind, helpful, interesting, well-read, maybe have a great body, an apartment, or a house, other girls chasing you, none of this matters right now. At this moment, she judges you solely by the mistakes you made in the relationship. And she can leave you for anyone right now. If you showed too much neediness, wanted support, and shared your weaknesses, tried to forbid things, or constantly had serious talks about how you want her to behave in the relationship, all this simply destroyed your value in her eyes. At this point, your value is critically low, and she leaves. You don't understand the role of time in life. So your value now turns negative as you start to intrude into her personal space, trying to persuade or force her back. You humiliate yourself and further decrease your value. People enter relationships when their perceived value is on a positive trajectory and already high enough. That value grows over time, through your actions aimed at increasing it. You remember how you won her over before and try to do it again. But back then, there was positive momentum. Now it's the opposite. You need a completely different approach. She's breaking up with you and doesn't want to see you. Here's one life hack for increasing your value. Always give the person what they need, not what they want, but what they need. You can see this through their actions. If her actions are aimed at breaking up, she wants to destroy the relationship. Don't pick up the fallen bricks and try to rebuild things. That will only anger her more and increase her aversion to you. Time and value. If she tells you the relationship is over, leave respectfully without insults or further pursuit. What happens then? The subjective value she attached to you in the relationship fades with time, while only your objective value remains. After about a month of you leaving her alone, she starts to see things more clearly. But with this comes confusion. She dumped you, yet you still pop up in her mind. At this point, exes often text, comment on your photos, or call just to talk about nothing. Don't take this as a sign from above. All illusions of future happiness together should be shattered after such destructive behavior. Interpret things literally. If she writes, "Hi," it means hi. If she likes your photo, it means she likes the photo. Remember, just a month ago, she decided you were unnecessary and threw you away like old junk from her garage. Now she writes, "Hi," and you rush excitedly to tell her, "Yes, yes, I miss you too, and want to come back. Glad that you do too." Can you imagine how pitiful you look at that moment? Even people begging for money in the subway look like heroes compared to you. The right attitude. The first thing you lose in a toxic relationship is your self-respect. People with self-respect don't get left. Attempts are made to leave them, but the girl quickly comes back because she sees no one is holding her. All decisions are hers to make. If you did get dumped, it means you have issues with self-respect. You must always place your self-respect above the girl. And if she attacks your self-respect, you should move on from her rather than risk your self-worth. A healthy girl doesn't want you to humiliate yourself. She just doesn't need that. She's happy with her role as a woman who is loved. She has things to do and doesn't care about controlling the relationship. She might test you, and if she sees you have self-respect, she'll calm down. All women test unconsciously. It's evolutionary. I'll have a separate post about that, so subscribe not to miss it. What self-respect dictates. After a breakup. If you find even a modicum of self-respect in yourself, it should dictate the following thoughts. She has decided I am unnecessary, so I won't impose myself. I can't replay the game that's already happened. I act only based on the current reality. Unless she changes her attitude toward me, talking to her is below my dignity. Act as your self-respect dictates. If you feel compelled to do something urgently, out of fear of losing time, that will end in humiliation for you. If you have thoughts like that, discard them. You must shut off all your energy going into her life. All your thoughts, rumination, contact, they feed her. She literally feels better physically, while you feel worse. Start sports, get another job, a hobby, anything that takes away your energy. Processes leading to her coming back. After a breakup, in my experience, 100% of ex-girlfriends have shown some attention to the guy they left. Understand, those first signals are very weak. She just gets a passing thought to text you and see how you're doing. That's it. Don't respond. If you don't answer, an anchor starts to form in her mind. The situation is left hanging. She wrote, "You didn't reply." It's barely there, but little by little, she starts to give you her attention. She doesn't hate you anymore. Maybe she's showing even a drop of interest. This could exist entirely in her head, or you might hear about it. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's there. You still shouldn't respond or initiate contact. Later, if you limit your attention to her and focus on self-improvement, she notices you growing in her mind, and she pays you even more attention. She doesn't even understand why. I can explain. Between two people in a relationship, an energy channel is formed. Energy flows through it. Infatuation is a new form of energy within your body. That's why you feel butterflies inside. When you deliberately limit that energy and redirect it elsewhere, over time, she feels a deficit and starts pumping her own energy into that channel, which elevates your value in her eyes and lowers hers in yours as you feel a renewed surge of strength and she fades into the background. Why she comes back if you loved her. Her next relationships will subconsciously be doomed. You truly loved her, but now she wants to feel love herself. The new guy won't care much for her, and that model of relationship is short-lived and burns out quickly. In 80% of cases, the man leaves a girl who, after being with you, thinks she's got all the power and can manipulate men as she wants. That's all pride and ego. Reality proves otherwise. After the breakup, she realizes she did the same thing to you. Only now does she begin to reflect on her actions with you. That's when remorse sets in. This result is inevitable if you do the right thing. Life itself strives for balance. Everything is cyclic. And if you think she left you with insults and you'll never get another chance, you're wrong. You were right in love. You made mistakes. You didn't know what you were doing, but you loved. She herself destroyed it, and she knows it. A strong anchor in your relationship holds her, one that she can only break if she realizes she doesn't need you anymore. Only then she can move on. But if you never give her a clear answer, she might suffer for years. So men, don't dump your women. This could happen to you too.